Hey everyone, welcome back to another segment of the MCR. Two regular guys just using this platform to share our feelings, our thoughts, vent a little bit, and stuff that kind of catches our eye that we're compelled to comment on. And for those who are interested in a weather report, yeah, we're getting hit with some snow this weekend. In fact, after this, I'll have to go out and shovel. Anyways, on to the topics. And I got an assortment of headlines here that caught my eye, and I'm kind of interested in Mac's gut responses as usual. I'm sure he will not let us down.
Well, I don't
All
have the
right.
gut that I used to, but it's still there.
Anyways, we're gonna start with some JD Vance news. Uh, Last week he went over to Germany, EU, met with some EU shakers and makers, we'll say, and there was some kind of a EU security meeting of sorts, and he just took it at him. He just took it to him. So did Pete Hegseth too, by the way. But uh, JD Vance, and and what really caught my eye, and this is what got their panties all in a bunch, or however you want to phrase it. JD Vance made the comment: if we got to put up with 10 years of Greta Thunberg and her idiocy, her climate scare tactic idiocy,
Well,
he
she,
goes,
she's an autistic child, or
yeah.
was.
And you know what, and they humored her. They let her do her thing. And so he says, if we got to put up with 10 years of her, surely you guys can put up with 2 years of JD of a Elon Musk. Okay. And that hurt their feelings. They didn't like it, you know.
Oh,
Yeah. uh and by the way, there is a news report that Elon Musk, there is a cutoff date for Musk's efforts, that being 4th of July, 2026. I guess they're timing it with the 250th anniversary of this country's existence, along with trying to, they believe this could be a very good election issue going into the midterms. And yeah, we're all concerned about the midterms. That's another topic for a
well,
later date.
I was very concerned, but I'm feeling better by the day.
Oh yeah, oh
Thanks
yeah,
to Mr. Musk and his efforts and his disclosures, which haven't even begun yet.
exactly. Yeah, he's got so many more departments to dig into. And speaking into digging into stuff, Maxine Waters, she's having her little tantrum. I mean, she's in a nonstop rant. Getting in
Well,
that.
in my opinion, she needs to be institutionalized. She's clearly mentally ill, probably, I'm not a doctor, but probably suffering from some sort of dementia delusion.
Well, the way she was screaming in that one guy's face the other week, but she's not through screaming, and she made a comment, uh, and and towards the end of the comment, or at the end of her one comment, she says, and this is referring to Elon Musk. She finished with, and we don't know what they have on us. We don't know what they have on us.
Yeah, we don't know. They know, and we're going to find out.
Yeah.
So
Uh, and I
that's why
know
she's got nonstop screaming.
I know people were asking Elon Musk whether or not he was creating a constitutional crisis, and aside from the fact that he said, you know what, we're actually, given this insanity, we're living under a bureaucracy more than anything.
Yeah.
He said this cannot continue. If this country's going to survive, this nonsense has to stop. The
Well,
nonsense
as
being,
Mark Levin put it, it's a government within the government.
yeah,
They scream about Elon not being elected. Who elected any of these people? Who elected Bill
exactly,
Gates? Who elected Anthony Fauci to
yeah,
dictate how we live and whether or not Joe Biden was going to threaten to come to my house and give me a vaccine shot? Well, I
yeah,
can tell
yeah.
you this: had they come, there'd have been some shots, all right.
Well, in any event, Maxine Waters, she's still having a fit, and the very fact that she ended with, and we don't know what they have on us, kind of made me chuckle, and
Well,
I was
it's called a
compelled.
Freudian slip.
Exactly. That, you know what? Yeah,
Going
Exhibit
back to
A.
her, going back to another example, using Freud there, why she needs mental health issues.
Yeah.
She needs some help there.
On to another topic here. Axios. they put out a report, and they did have an independent organization do a survey, in which and Axios was compelled to report on it, and to their surprise, the swing states have become more red. And I think what blew Axios out of the water was the fact that, holy cow, all these supposed swing voters are more Trump now than ever. And I guess I was a little surprised Axios would confess this, you know?
Well,
Anyway,
I'm not really big. Well, I might be surprised that they would confess it, but I think maybe common sense is seeping into, maybe by osmosis, is starting to seep into even. I mean, and I don't put much into what he says, but Bill Maher seems to be getting a shot of common sense coming back to him.
well, yeah, I say this with disclaimer, the level-headed liberal, and I do believe that would that's how you might define a liberal, aside from the out of control leftist, we'll say, maybe.
Well, there is a major difference between a liberal and a leftist.
Yeah, but even the like and Bill Maher being, and I don't want to even say he's a level-headed liberal because he said goofy stuff himself, but
Still does.
Sometimes the truth just smacks you in the face, and I think they're like, holy cow. I mean, for instance, CNN reported that 79% of the people, they did a poll, and 79% approved of all violent illegals getting put out of the country. And
of course they do.
And I want to say 56 or 50 something percent said all illegals, whether they're violent or not. So basically, easily a majority, if not a vast majority, of the American electorate are pretty much tired of the nonsense.
Well, I watched someone who said they just keep siding. They keep taking the 20% in the 80-20 argument.
Yeah. Yep.
And they can't stop it. I heard Donna Brazil saying they aren't too woke.
Well,
okay. Bill Maher goes, yeah, you are. And that's why you're going to lose, and you're going to keep losing, and you may never win another election until you get that.
And, we've commented in the past that because of the relocation of population in certain blue states, in 10 years, the Electoral College, it will not favor the Democrats a whole lot, we'll say.
Well, okay? if you go to Western Michigan, you'd think you were in Tijuana, Mexico. And as you know, you've been there and I've been there, and the winters are brutal. It's just on the other side of the lake from Green Bay, who has brutal winters. So why would these people settle there?
Yeah,
there are no jobs. So why'd they go there?
On the west side of the state, they're very suspect to what they call lake effect snow, and you have to be a meteorologist, weather person to really understand.
Well, you don't get inches of snow. You get feet of snow sometimes.
Yep. But anyways, on to the next topic. David Hogg, the newly elected vice chair of the Democrat Party. The Democrat insiders are already complaining this guy is just putting the money in his pocket.
Well, in my opinion, I have always thought that David Hogg is a fraud and a con man. And he's just proven me to be right.
Yep. And you know what? Hey, you guys voted for him, so all I can really say at this time is enjoy.
If you want to make that little pimp stick the face of the Democratic Party, please do.
Oh, the one news report here says he has pocketed more than $175,000.
Well, he's just, he's just doing what he sees others doing. He sees AOC go in there with holes in her pockets. I can't pay my rent to live in D.C. How am I going to represent my people? And now she's worth like $35 million.
Exactly.
How the hell does that happen?
Well, and you know what? That goes to what we talked about just a little bit earlier, Elon Musk looking into these people.
Well, they would say, well, they did stock deals. What, they didn't have this stock knowledge? Didn't have this stock expertise before they entered the house?
Well, while we cannot beyond a shadow of a doubt prove it, sure looks like insider trading to me.
Well, I've always thought they were doing, at least in the House and probably the Senate, doing insider trading.
Yeah. And the last news headline that caught my eye on a completely different topic, Caitlin Collins. She's with CNN, and she's done a couple Trump interviews where she's tried to take it to Trump, and Trump just had to smack her down, But she is, yeah, yes, thank you, figuratively, and she is indirectly promoting the defense fund of Luigi Mangione. And if you remember, that's the guy who shot the healthcare, what was it, CEO in the back on the streets of New York, basically assassinated the guy. Okay. And he's become a little bit of a folk hero to the warped leftists. He's become a bit of a celebrity to them.
Well,
and
they were cheering when Trump got shot. So why would this surprise anyone?
His attorney, and I want to get this right here, the woman representing Mangione, her name is Karen Friedman Agnifilo, Agnifilo, Agnifilo. She's aside from being his defense attorney, she's a legal analyst on CNN, and it says, and will be a direct beneficiary of any fundraising efforts. So you got a CNN legal analyst kind of pocketing whatever's going into Mangione's defense fund.
What's the defense of this guy? He didn't do it. Someone else did it.
Well,
that he was justified in doing it.
Well, and he actually released a statement the other day, and I'm just going to read part of this. I am overwhelmed by and grateful for everyone who has written me to share their stories and express their support. Let's see. Powerfully, this support has transcended political, racial, and even class divisions as mail has flooded MDC from across the country and around the globe. Basically, he's thanking everyone for defending him, defending the defenseless.
I understand how people get pushed over the edge, blah, blah, blah. However, where else could we expand this to? Now is every school shooting somehow justified because a kid was bullied?
Well,
and the people who did it got their guts blown out? Are they going to defend that too?
I mean, indirectly, that is what he's defining. So,
yeah.
Anyways, that's all I have, unless you got any further commentary there to enlighten us there, Mac.
No.
No more.
I'll cease my enlightening for the moment.
All right. Very well. Okay. Thanks, everyone, for your support. We'll catch you in the next segment. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.